What is good? I'm actually gonna get on to doing market reviews every day. I know I've said that before, but I'm actually gonna be staying true to that. So here's just my interpretation on the day. This is just what I look at, and these are honestly just for me. Just like the streams I've been doing, they're kind of just for me to go back and watch over, and also to study. So here, what do we have here? We have today's new day opening gap, and as you can see, we trade in it. We've now balanced it. Then we trade lower, come back up. We're short of constant encroachment right here. Displacement, we leave a breakaway gap. Boom, right here. This is a 15-minute SIBI that gets used over here. We're trading back up into these two wicks, balanced price range. Then what do we have right here? IOFED. What do we have lower? We have a first presentation, and if we zoom out to hourly, I'm not going to do that, but there's an hourly inefficiency right here that I want to see price draw into. And as you see, we draw right into that BISI on the 1 hour. Constant encroachment gets nailed, as well as an old first presentation right there that gets nailed. That's what we use as an array, as well as ES trades into a first presentation as well. They both agree on that array, and then we end up trading higher. But before that, we trade up into a 15-second SIBI right here. That's what resists price. We also have a 5-minute SIBI. Look at that constant encroachment level right at open. Notice what we have here. We trade higher, but we fail to take buy side. So this is like a false Judas swing. Then we trade lower, order block, boom, immediate rebalance. That gets tapped here. What do we want to see? Expansion. We get it on the next following candle, and then we trade lower. First presentation hit right here. And we trade lower, and then this is today's first presentation right here. You see first presentation, 9:39. Then we break lower. Monday's first presentation gets traded to. We're trading to that level. We're trading to that old first presentation. Probably gonna be saying that a lot because that's what my analysis. I've been using. I've been finding that they've been the sauce. They've been key turning points. I mean, it's not going to be every single first. It's just an array, so it's not like every one of these is gonna be reactive to price, but it's just like a new day, a new week opening gap. It's bust stops for the algorithm, and that's like you can't deny that we don't trade to this first presentation. The only problem is like if you have every first presentation, it's gonna get confusing. That's why I've been back testing with all of them. And look at that, we trade right into that, and then ES actually comes up and takes this buy stops. So we accumulate this liquidity here. This isn't open float anymore. It's already been taken, but it was open float today. We traded in that. Boom. We accumulate around that, and then we end up having a sell model here. So price goes up to then go lower. First stage, second stage distribution. And NQ, on the other hand, false Judas, 950 macro provides a reversal. Then what do we use? 950 first presentation, or Monday's first presentation. During that 950 macro, create a balanced price range. We don't trade lower. We use this as inversion as well. Then we come back low. Ooh, wait. Did that get moved? Is that locked? Okay, it should be locked. So we use this. Buy side IOFED. Trade higher. Buy side imbalance getting traded into, as well as today's first presentation. What do we see? Down close candle. Down close candle. Down close candle. Up into SIBI here. Admittedly, I thought that we could trade higher. I was looking for a new day opening gap. We fall short of that. We use 15-minute SIBI as ES trades into its new day opening gap. Prices accumulated above this old buy side liquidity here. Accumulate above that, then we break lower. At what time? 1050 macro. We trade lower into where? Today's first presentation. Trade higher. Uses this inversion. Trade up to this buy side liquidity. See what ES is doing here. ES just overshoots its new day opening gap to where? To reach into this liquidity. Then we fall short of this new day opening gap. Then we end up trading lower. We trade below this new day opening gap now. So all this is balanced. We don't expect it to trade back above that. And look at how well it's being respected. Then we have this distribution occurs here. What do we have here? We have a SIBI on the 15-minute that we trade into. And then we bleed lower. Let's look at NQ during the lunch macro. What are we doing? We originally trade lower into this down close candle. We trade up higher. We take buy side. And notice how This is a minor buy side liquidity pool. Okay, we could trade into new day opening gap. We're failing to trade higher up into new day opening gap. We're just immediately rejecting that. We're failing to displace higher. And then what do we have? We have this 1150 macro. What are we gonna end up doing? Spooling lower. Okay, that's cool. We don't have to be in anything right here. Notice how what do? We trade higher up to this busy 1 minute. What is this used as? Inversion. Look at that constant encroachment level. What time is this occurring? 1250 is right when we trade into that. And boom, order block, order block, order block, all being respected. Sibby, everything's being respected. And then we trade up into sell side liquidity here. And then look at Monday's first presentation. That's what we end up trading into. We're respecting that. We're also trading to half of that daily Sibby. We're also trading this inefficiency. Notice how this little inefficiency stops us from trading to this liquidity here. Then we trade up higher to first presentation, back down into Monday's first presentation. So 130 opens up right here. Wait, hold up. Okay, that's not big of a deal, but 130 opens up. We trade into an array, volume imbalance right here. Boom. Then what do? First presentation to first presentation on Monday. And notice what else were we? We're within a short-term discount here. We're below that 130 open. We also have a balanced price range here. We trade higher. Order block. Boom. Buy side liquidity and first presentation here. We trade back lower into where? First presentation. And now we trade into that first presentation again. At the same time, ES is trading to a 15-minute array. A 15-minute array, if we're ever trading into that into the PM session, that's what I like to see. We take buy side liquidity, we're accumulating, boom. Order block, lower. What is this? First presentation, getting traded into. What is price mohawking into to make it efficient? This right here. We have a 1 minute Sibby, short-term premium, bang, IOFED. We end up trading lower, coming back up, and end up taking buy side right here. After trading where? First presentation and into that 1 hour constant encroachment again. We trade up higher. That buy side is accumulated. This is we're ending into the settlement macro. Then we end up trading lower into that first presentation and into that new day opening gap. I know there's a lot of arrays. New week opening gap. That's a smaller new day opening gap. And what else do we have here? Another new day opening gap, and then we have a new week. So all this is just going to be fair value for probably the next, I don't know. We have elections coming up. I'm going to be staying still. I'm just going to be watching price. I'm just going to be reading price. But yeah, I got to be careful here coming into this election. We should have higher buy side, then back over to sell side. And now where are we at here? And I do want to look at price action right now. We're in Asia, where we finish trading Asia. Not really anything crazy. We open up with a big new day opening gap. So and now what else do we have? We have a new day opening gap and a new week opening gap with a new week. Like this right here. This right here is fair value. So this is gonna act as a magnet for probably at least the next 3 weeks, unless we do like crazy manipulation during the election. But in my opinion, I think we're just gonna probably trade to this low and then kind of chill in this area here. I don't see price really trading to anywhere. I mean, we do have liquidity that rests down here, but like that's not gonna get traded to like during the election. It's simply not. But that election volatility will probably spark something to either trade to this high here, which I think might be protected because ES is accumulated within a premium. I mean, I'm expecting price to ultimately trade here, but if we don't, we have inefficiencies and discount, and this could be a little 2025, very long term. We could kind of consolidate within this dealing range here. So, yeah, that's what I saw today. That's what I'm seeing today, and yeah, same thing tomorrow. If we just zoom out, just looking at pure price action, just nothing more than that. Just looking at liquidity and inefficiency, not looking at any of the details of price. True day open, smart money is accumulating above that. Then we fail to manipulate above 830 open. We trade into a Sibby here on the 15 minute, and then that just holds price lower. We failed to trade the previous day low. However, we trade to that in overnight session. Also, what I wanted to look out was last night's Asia session. I forgot. I wanted to look at that. So last night's Asia session and London session as well. So notice here how you look at ES. ES manipulates all the way lower below this low here in the PM session yesterday, and we also have earnings. We're in earnings season right now, so that implies some more volatility. So the fact that ES manipulated here, or I think exaggerated its delivery, I think we traded into here, I believe. The fact that we had a stop hit on ES is accumulating here, so therefore that's why I think London expanded here. We don't really have any higher array here, but London or Asia just drives in a premium. Notice how we use new day opening gap here as well. 650 macro trades lower into that, and then starts the spooling higher. And look at us use it here. Buy side imbalance clearly being respected here. 1, 2, 3 times we trade into that. We have a BISI here. We have volume balance here. We're trading higher. This is being accumulated, and then we have a standard deviation projection from this low to this high, 1.25. We end up trading to that. What time? 950 macro. Then we end up trading lower. Back into that new day opening gap, delivering in price there. We drop down into a discount below trade open. And we trade higher. And we don't have the cleanest London kill zone in terms of silver bullets. But here we have buy side taken, and then we end up entering that sell model here. So enter a buy program for ES to trade up above that liquidity to then us end up trading into a sell model here. So yeah, pretty nice delivery today as usual. Every day is nice delivery. And yeah,